Everyone to stick with us versus her. Today, I'm going to be talking about option flow, how to find options trades. But before we get into that, I just want to let you know that using options flow, whether you're using unusual whales or black box or cheddar flow or any of the amount of tools out there, honestly, they're pretty much useless unless you have a proven strategy and you know what you're looking for. Because basically, you're looking for like a needle in the haystack, and I mean, you probably are watching this video because you have so much information, you don't know what to act on, and you see like, Unusual Whales Twitter is like, oh yeah, this guy is doing 1,000%, and thanks for just letting me sign up a week ago. And of course he's gonna retweet that, right? Because it's good press, it's good for signups, good for revenues. But you're like, when you do it, you're like, oh, how come I can never find the one that I want? And honestly, you have to line it up with a strategy that you're already profitable in. If you're just kind of guessing, just kind of wondering, I mean, sure, you could take a gamble every now and then on some cheap contracts, right? But, to be honest with you, you have to have a strategy. You have to have this line up for you. So I'm going to be going through Unusual Whales first. If you do me a favor, hit the like button. I definitely appreciate it. If you have any comments, leave them below. And you can always join our Discord and the Facebook group. Links are below in the description. So let's jump over to Unusual Whales here. And you can kind of see here, market closed about 30 minutes ago. And I mean, right now there's a ton of information, especially at close. You're going to have SPX closing stuff. You're going to have a ton of different things that you may not be interested in. So, usually, what I'll do is, whether it's live or after hours and try to prep for tomorrow, my strategy basically is I want to find things for a day trade or to hold or swing for maybe 1 to 2 day max. That's my strategy. I don't look to, buy things years out or many months out. I'm just looking for the very short term and things that are going to get paid, because that's what my strategy basically calls for. Now, right now, there's no filters right now. There's nothing going on over here, but where you want to go here, everything is reset. Everything, as you can see here, is basically the defaults, and the defaults you want to adjust. So typically I'm looking for a premium range anywhere between starting at, 20 to 25,000 starting. So I'll put mine in here, 10,000. Right, and then we'll kind of leave these alone for a second. These other ones, spot ranges and size range, I'm just going to leave those at the default. Bid, I am going to not look at the bid because I'm not looking to short premium. People that are hitting the bid are looking to short premium, and I'm just looking to clean up this data. I want ask side only, because for my strategy, I'm looking to only buy premium. I'm not looking to short premium at all. Also, I want to go down into the emojis. I want to eliminate dividend. I want to eliminate ETFs. I want to eliminate leaps. And I want to eliminate the indexes. And let me just see anything else. No, that's good. That's good. Sometimes I get rid of volatility product depending on what the data is coming back looking like. But now, as you can see, just by doing that, the data is looking way cleaner, right? The one thing that I will say is you see DTE means days to expiration. So these are 7 days out, 15 days out, 22 days out. Then you have some that are like, okay, this is 288 days out, 99 days out. And I don't necessarily care about things that are 288 days out or 90 days out or 43 days out, because I'm just not, for my strategy, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking, the more that you can narrow this down, the better. Having a very, very wide range, you're going to have more to look at, you're going to get distracted, and it's going to be confusing. So for me, I'm going to remove all these expirations, and let's go into, let me pull up the calendar here. I'm typically looking for the next few Fridays, so I'm looking for here. I'm going to be looking next Friday, the 15th. I'll do the next 3 Fridays, the 15th, 22nd, 29th, and then I'll do one monthly expiration, which will be the 3rd Friday of May. So that will be the 20th. So 6, 13, yeah, that's 3. So that's 20th. So May 20th, I'm looking at 15, 22, 29. So let's select those here. 15th is going to be Easter, so that's going to be close. We'll do 14th. 14th. I got distracted now because the messed up. 15, 22, 29. 22, 29, and then it was, what was it for May 20th? May 20th will come down here. May 20th. Okay. So now I have I'm looking at 4 expirations. So I'm not going to trade this week because this week is already, if I'm looking at it, this week is done. I mean, right now is the 7th. I don't want to have anything come up for Friday the 8th expiration. I'm only looking at the next week, and this is the way you kind of adjust it. This is what I start to look at, right? Also, I come down here, once I start eliminating the dates, I'll come down here and say, hey, I want to exclude deep in the money. I don't care about deep in the money, and I don't care about multi-legs. I do not want any multi-legs on here. So I'm going to select single leg only because I want what my strategy is calling for. I just want to buy single leg options at the ask. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm looking for a very short term here. And so I set my premium for 10,000. We can play with these in a bit, but just want to see like how much it's already basically narrowed this down. So we started at 10,000. We could even go to like 25,000. Let's start at 25,000. See a little bit bigger orders here. So we'll do 25,000. And what I start looking for, I just kind of scan here, and a lot of times it's going to be live. And you're looking at, okay, we got puts, we got some calls here. Looks like discovery. Looks like they're trying to buy some puts here. And I just look for the same names to be repetitive here. And you'll see, man, a lot of Tesla. I mean, obviously Tesla is very popular. A lot of Tesla, like what's going on here? A lot of Tesla. Still a lot of Tesla will come down. Let's get some more here. Let's get some more. Put on one page here. So a lot of Tesla. Let's go down here, see if we see anything. Nvidia is coming up quite a bit. Apple. I mean, all these are very popular, of course. SoFi. Well, let's look up this is Amazon. Let's actually look up Apple. Let's look up Apple and see, kind of what the sentiment is for me. Now, just understand, like, anything that you see here has already happened. Like, you can't predict the future. I mean, you can see what people are getting into per se, but you're not going to be in a situation where it's like, I know like unusual whales is like, oh, somebody always knows. But for you to find a needle in the haystack, I mean, it's gonna be rough, right? But right now, if you're looking here, right now you can see mostly everything over here is pretty bullish that came in today. Everything has been pretty bullish. I mean, there's some bearish stuff earlier this morning you can see, but you see here, because of the strategy and the way I filtered this, I can now come here at the end of the day and basically easily scroll through the beginning of the day. The beginning of the day starts here. So on one page, I have all of the full day's orders that match my criteria, and I can kind of start sifting through this, right? And you can see in the morning it was a little bit more bearish, right? It was a little bit more bearish this morning and a little bit mixed. And then we had a lot more people buying. And then, of course, the market rebounded today, right? Let's look at Tesla, kind of see what the situation is here. What are we looking for here? So Tesla, let's take a look at it. I mean, end of day here, pretty bullish on the ass side. Premiums coming in 30 to 50K. We had 100K, 155K here for bearish orders, 100K here. For Tesla, I do like to raise the premiums up. I'll look at that in a second, but I just kind of want to scroll through here real quick. A lot on the bullish side here of things here. Let's kind of scroll through, see if there's anything interesting. You have a 877K order here, 960 call for 15 days out. But you're seeing a lot of like 1050, 1060 calls here. Some puts in here as well. Looks like a little bit smaller. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't know if some of these things are ahead. You don't know what's another person's portfolio. You don't know if they're hedging. You don't know what the algo is doing. Is the algo buying puts to, like, delta hedge for some reason? They too long, and when the market dipped, we don't know. Or were they too short, and when the market dipped, and when the market rallied, they had to get a little bit short? I mean, there's a lot of things at play here, right? Kind of go to the beginning of the day. I mean, there was a lot of Tesla orders. My goodness, yeah, that's why I like to do a little bit heavier because the premium is a lot more expensive. We'll put in at least for because it's a more expensive stock. Let's try to do 100K, and that's kind of what you have to do when you're looking at more expensive stock like Tesla. 10 to 25K, you could get you can scroll through the whole day. But for Tesla, since the premium is a lot more because it's $1,000 stock, premium is going to be a lot higher. You're going to be looking at, let's see here, okay, this one's 250, a lot bigger orders, right? So we can kind of go through here. And again, pretty much the same thing, a lot of bullish orders. And then what I do is I start looking at these, like the 1050 call here, pretty popular. 1050 call, 1040 put. Let's see, what's going on here? What's going on right in here, right? Let's take a look at here. I mean, there was a lot of 1050, 1040, a lot of people laying in here, some pretty heavy orders, almost 800K order for the 1050 call here. So I'm just looking for like repetitive orders, like what are they hitting over and over and over and over again. And then that might be something I might be interested in. Maybe I'm interested in playing the 1050 call. Now this is going to cost you about $3,000 to do it, so it might be a little bit too expensive. So let's look at something a little bit cheaper premiums here. And let's bring this back down. Let's bring this back down to 25K here. Get some cheaper premiums. Kind of see NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is going to be a good one here because I mean their premiums are on the cheaper side. They're not cheap, but compared to Tesla, I mean it's crazy, right? So let's say we want to look for maybe like some cheaper premiums. I mean these are kind of expensive here. Like say, hey, I don't want to spend any more than $200 for the option. So let's find premium that went from $0 to $200. So anything between like some cheaper premium. See if they were hitting any of these, right? Looks like the 280 call was pretty popular for the 414 expiration 7 days out and 15 days out. They were hitting those 280s, 15, pretty big orders too. 142K. So you might be looking at this. I mean, this actually does look pretty decent. 280. Now, these are kind of far out though, so just be aware of that. Like when you're going for cheaper premiums, these might be a little bit far out. So like if I was going to pick one, I would probably try to pick like the 280 further out versus like the 265 for like next week, right? And right now Nvidia's at 241, so I mean it's probably not hitting these, but you don't need these to go in the money. Like if you're looking for something like this, you're not looking for it to go in the money for yourself to make money. You're just looking to go up a little bit to make your 10 to 100%. I mean, I know like through the hard thing is the social media aspect where everyone's like, oh yeah, I made 10,000% and I made X, Y, Z, and no one's really showing, oh, I made 5% or 10%. But like to be a consistent options trader, you're looking for repetitive results, and to do that, have smaller profit targets. Don't be trying to swing for the fences. Don't be trying to get the 500 to 1,000%. Sure, they do happen. They do happen, and they will. But it's like winning the lottery. You have to be in it to win it, right? So for me, I'm just looking to make some money on this. I mean, 20% is a good target, 15% is a good target, 50% is great, 100% is amazing. Don't let anyone discourage you. 100% is amazing return. So, when you're going through these and you're starting to see like, wow, the chances of it going to like 310, that's probably not going to happen. Yeah, probably not. Probably not going to 310. But what this person is they're just looking for the premium to go from $1.50 to $1.75. I mean, that's pretty much all they're doing. $1.50 to $1.60. I mean, they put 30K in. I mean, when you put $30,000 in and you make 10%, that's $3,000, right? But when you're playing with like a smaller, like if you're playing one contract, and it doesn't feel a whole lot of a lot of money when you're spending $150 and you make 15, you're like, oh, this is stupid, this is dumb. But the process, you have to get the process early on, so that way you can scale up your account, right? I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, we can see if there's some better options here. Let's bring this up to like $5. But I mean, I think you kind of understand the strategy is to filter, and if you think that you haven't filtered, if you haven't filtered enough, you're getting way too much information, filter some more. At $5, I mean, look at this, pretty clean here, 250 call. So the stock was, at the time of these were purchased, the stock was 243.39, 250 call, and right now it's trading after hours like 242, 241. This might be something you might look into. Look at these 250 calls. Now, you might not want to go into the 7-day expiration. You might want to push it back 15 days and see if anything at 15 days is hitting that 250. Kind of see. They're hitting the 255s here. They're hitting the 265s for the following week. So, I mean, I guess you kind of see, but now, I mean, this gives us all the data for the day. So anything was $0 to $5 premium, you can scan the whole day and see what they're hitting. So that way you can come in the next day with a plan and see, okay, did we gap up? Did we gap down? What's the situation? You might be able to find an entry on a day trade, or like for me, for this strategy, I'm just looking to swing 1 to 2 days, and I'm just looking to use those filters to really boil it down and only trade, basically the next 3 Friday expirations and then the monthly expiration in the next month, just to see what kind of interest is going out there. If you only want to see monthly expiration, just filter for monthly expiration. If you only want to see next week expiration, only filter for next week expiration. I have a lot more data. If I only had 1 expiration, I'd probably have very little data. So I'm looking to pull a little bit more in for the next few weeks, right? So if you found value here, let me know in the comments. Let me know you watched the end. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us for Cert.